Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I've spoken with nurses with the MNU who have been verbally threatened, physically assaulted, and left in tears after their shifts, not because they don't care, but because they care so deeply in a system that isn't caring for them. They're working longer hours, facing more violence, and dealing with complex mental health and addictions issues without the tools or staffing to manage safely. This is not sustainable. So without pointing fingers and placing blame, what concrete steps is this government taking to address the serious decline in morale and workplace safety among Manitoba's nurses?
The Honourable Minister of Health, Seniors and Long-Term Care.
Honourable Speaker, it was really great to be out on the ledge steps talking with nurses, some of which I've met with personally previously, some of which we're looking forward to meeting with them in the coming days and weeks. I want to reassure that member and all nurses that we take the safety and security of their workplaces very, very seriously. Now, part of addressing safety in the workplace is having more people on the front lines. We've got a net new over 600 nurses on the front lines. We have over 100 institutional safety officers at sites across the province. At one site alone, the introduction of ISOs has resulted in a 40% reduction in violent incidents. We know there's much more work to do. We are committed to doing that work and ensuring that no matter where you work as a nurse in this province, you are safe and secure, and that patients are safe and secure as well.
The Honourable Member for Tyndall Park on a supplementary question.
Honourable Speaker, people experiencing addictions are falling through the cracks because they have nowhere else to go but emergency rooms. Nurses, already stretched thin, are being left to respond to medical needs, mental health crises, and addiction-related trauma without the training, resources, or security to do so safely. This is hurting both patients and staff. This question came directly from nurses outside here today. When will this government invest in accessible, community-based addictions services so nurses aren't left as the default safety net for a broken system?
The Honourable Minister of Housing, Addiction and Homelessness.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I want to thank that member for that question. It gives me an opportunity just to outline some of the things that our government is doing around Your Way Home. So we're investing to ensure that folks that are not housed are getting the supports that they need, the wraparound supports that are giving them mental health supports, addiction supports. We also invested in digital RAM services so that some folks can get supports no matter where they're at. We invested in the first Indigenous-led RAM clinic, which has reduced the wait time for folks to get into treatment. Under the previous government, 7 out of 10 people were being turned away at those RAM clinics.
Good job.
The Honourable Member for Tyndall Park on a final supplementary question.
Honourable Speaker, we were told today at the MNU rally that members of the government were specifically not invited to speak because last year when they spoke, they made promises that they could not keep. We cannot keep asking nurses to risk their well-being or people in crisis to wait for care that doesn't come. Will the Premier acknowledge the growing crisis at the intersection of addictions, nursing, and public safety, and will he commit to immediate coordinated investment to restore safety and trust in our healthcare system?
The Honourable First Minister.
Yes, and this has been the primary focus of our government since taking office. The fact that we have a registered psychiatric nurse with experience on the front lines, working with somebody with lived experience, working with many people across our entire team who have the expertise necessary to coordinate a multi-year comprehensive plan to tackle the root causes and the community manifestations of these problems is exactly the approach that we're taking. I appreciate the fact that the member is bringing forward these issues because they were ignored under the previous government. They avert their eyes the same way that they did the people that they drove by on Main Street every year that they were in government. This is going to take years to fix. This is not merely the fault of one previous government. This is the fault of 150 years of previous governments. We are tackling intergenerational problems with an intersectional approach. What does that mean in plain language? We're getting people out of tents and into homes. We're getting people out of emergency rooms into recovery centers, and we're getting
First time has expired.